A $20 billion gamble to put Australia's budget back in the black and in the process save the Gillard Government. That's the political bottom line as Treasurer Wayne Swan prepares to deliver his long-awaited surplus here in Canberra tomorrow night. But Budget Eve has brought an unwelcome distraction for the government with the release tonight of the nearly 4-year-long investigation by Fair Work Australia into former Labor MP Craig Thomson and the Health Services Union affair. Heather Hewitt reports.
There we go.
Tomorrow night, we just want the Treasurer to tell the truth.
Nothing is ever quite as it seems from this government.
I'm looking forward to seeing what the Treasurer unveils tomorrow night.
They all had their lines ready, a sense of expectancy in the air as the politicians returned to Canberra for tomorrow night's delivery of the long-promised tough surplus budget.
Well, a big day to come tomorrow.
Yeah.
As always, in another time-honoured Budget Eve ritual, the cameras were given access to the Treasurer perusing his budget documents, this time with the help of the Prime Minister.
Hard work. A lot of hard work.
It wasn't exactly what you'd call a relaxed affair. But the Treasurer had a message to get across. The budget wasn't going to be all doom and gloom and austerity.
Thank you.
OK, Tuesday night's budget will show that the Australian economy walks tall in the global economy but supports low and middle income earners at home.
He'll promise a surplus that will never be delivered.
It'll be a surplus budget, but it'll be a fair go budget as well, supporting low and middle income earners, particularly with the school kids bonus.
Wayne Swan doesn't know whether he is Santa Claus or the Christmas Grinch.
Of course, none of this means much until we see the budget itself. But the government today, predictably enough, was trying to highlight the good news, especially with so many nervous Labor MPs waiting to see if this budget gives the government a much-needed bounce in opinion polls, amid that ever-present questioning of Julia Gillard's leadership.
Is this the last chance for Julia Gillard to get this budget sales pitch right after tomorrow?
Absolutely not. The Prime Minister's got great support in the Parliamentary Labor Party.
Are you hopeful it might turn things around for Labor?
I'm an optimist.
The Prime Minister told caucus the government would deal with and conquer the political pressure it was under. But even for the optimists, and these days they're few and far between in Labor ranks, bad news is never far away. This afternoon, just in time to overshadow the lead-up to the budget, out came Fair Work Australia's summary of its investigation into the Health Services Union National Office. And that, of course, includes former union official and now exiled Labor MP Craig Thomson and those allegations of misusing a credit card at brothels.
Well, this whole Fair Work investigation has been a joke from start to finish, so we're not really expecting today to be any different in terms of that. It was a long wait, but the report found 181 contraventions of HSU rules. The summary said this revealed an organisation that had abjectly failed to have adequate governance arrangements to protect union members' funds against misuse. Substantial funds were spent inappropriately on escort services, spousal travel, excessive travel and hospitality.
It is now officially recognised by Fair Work Australia that Health Service Union National Office funds were spent on escort services, something that has been denied for a long, long time.
I will defend my position in relation to these issues. The most important investigations are those police investigations, some of which are concluded, some of which haven't, and we will continue to see those through, and I'm sure at the end of the day that my name will be cleared.
Plainly, Mr Thomson considers that the report deals adversely with him.
Questions too about why the head of Fair Work Australia, Bernadette O'Neill, had opted for civil action in the federal court instead of instigating criminal charges.
I guess we're fairly angry at the fact that she's also stated that she doesn't intend to pursue any of the matters that may be of a criminal nature. And I think questions certainly need to be asked about either if the deficiencies are in the legislation or the deficiencies are in the Fair Work process. process.
After much uncertainty, the full 1,100-page Fair Work Australia report was finally released early this evening, finding that Craig Thompson had used his union credit card to spend almost $6,000 on escort agencies and $70,000 directly on his election campaign. The Minister for Workplace Relations, Bill Shorten, swiftly announced new legislation to give the independent body more teeth.
The Gillard Government will also be taking wide-ranging action to improve Fair Work Australia's investigative processes and also action to enhance the accountability and transparency of registered organisations and strengthen associated penalties. We believe that where an individual is found to have done the wrong thing and it's established in court, then there should be appropriate penalties commensurate with the breach of trust that these actions represent.
This comes on top of the government's legal action to have the union put in the hands of an administrator. The trouble is those pages and pages of damaging findings from Fair Work Australia, once trawled through, are bound to provide the coalition with endless ammunition in this crucial budget week.
Political editor Heather Hewitt.